Hello, children. I think that all are engaged with your online classes. Even though we are facing the crisis on COVID 19, be safe at home and keep in touch with your studies. In the previous class, I gave the introduction on reproduction in plant. Shall we recall it now? The process by which plants and animals produce young ones and increase their number is known as reproduction. There are two types of reproduction: sexual and asexual reproduction. In the flowering plant, flowers are the reproductive organ. The male part is androecium and female part is gynoecium. There are two types of flowers: complete or bisexual flower, which has four whorls; incomplete or unisexual flower, in that any one of the four whorl is missing. The transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. The two types of pollination are self and cross pollination. The agents which help in pollination are wind, water, bird, insects. The male gamete fuse with the female gamete to form zygote. This process is known as fertilization. Okay, children, today we will learn about asexual reproduction in plant. Asexual reproduction is a reproduction without sex, the production of new plant without the involvement of pollination and fertilization, that is, without using the seed. In this form, a single organism or cell makes a copy of itself. Okay, children, today we will learn about asexual reproduction in plant. Children, can you say what are the parts of the plant which give rise to a new plant? The leaves, stem, and root help in reproduction. They are otherwise called as vegetative propagation. So, first we are going to learn about the reproduction through leaves. In Bryophyllum, small leaves growing on bigger leaves. These are the buds of Bryophyllum plant. This plant has a bud on the edges of leaves, leaves. In Bryophyllum, small leaves growing on bigger leaves. These are the buds of Bryophyllum plant. This plant has a bud on the edge of the leaves. When the buds come in contact with moist soil, each bud is capable of growing into new plant. Next, through stem. These stems are known as tubers, store the nutrient and bear nodes. These nodes bear bud that form a new plant. Example, potato. The swollen root is known as tuber. The root grows into tuber, which are the food storage part of the plant. When these tubers are detached from the parent plant and are planted to the soil, they grow into a new plant. Example, sweet potato, dahlia. There are some more types of asexual reproduction. They are budding, fragmentation, spore formation. Budding. Yeast is a single-celled organism. Under favorable condition, a small bulb-like projection produces from the yeast called bud. Buds grow gradually and then gets detached from the parent yeast. These new cell produces more cells. Sometimes a chain of bud is formed which leads to the production of large number of yeast altogether. Fragmentation. Algae is the simplest green plant and thread-like and grow on ponds, lake and stagnant water. They float on the surface of water. They reproduce by the method known as fragmentation. The algae breaks off into smaller fragments. These smaller fragments grow into a new independent algae. This process is continuous and hence the algae covers a large area in a short span of time. Spore formation. The white mass is called molt. It is the type of fungi grown on the moist organic surface like leather shoe, moist wall, bread, etc. They reproduce by the spores. These spores are very light and covered by hard protective coat. That is the reason they can survive in extreme condition, that is at high temperature, low humidity. As these spores are very light, they float and cover long distance in air. They fall on the suitable media and germinate and develop to form new plant. Example, ferns, moss. Next, we are going to learn about modification of root. The root is an underground part of the plant that absorbs water and minerals from the soil and anchor the plant firmly. In some plants, the root change their shape and get modified to store and transport water and minerals from the soil to different parts of the stem. Modification of taproot. Depending upon the shape, they are classified into conical root. They are broad at the base and conical at the apex. We can see this type of root in carrot. Next one is fusiform root, swollen in the middle and tapering towards both the end. This we can see it in radish. Napiform root is spherical at the base and tapery towards the apex. We can see it, this type of root in turnip. Roots are also modified for storage of food, support and respiration. First one, we are going to learn about the food storage in root. What are the types of root which stores the food? Adventitious root are modified into simple tuberous root which is swollen. For example, sweet potato. Nodulous root, they become swollen at the apex and have a definite shape. Example, ginger. Fasciculated tuberous root. Cluster of adventitious root for food storage. They have a definite shape. Example, dahlia. Next one is a support. There are different types of root which support the plant, that is prop root, develop from the branches of the tree, hang downwards and penetrate into the ground, thereby supporting the tree. Example, roots of banyan tree. Stilt root. Root grow obliquely from the basal node of the stem. Example, roots of sugar cane. Climbing root. Root arise from the nodes and attach themselves to some support to climb over it. Thus, they provide support to the plant. Example, money plant. In climbing root, root arise from the nodes and attach themselves to some support to climb over it. Thus, they provide support to the plant. Example, we can see it in money plant. Next one is clinging root. Roots enter the crevices of some support and fix the plant. Example, we can see it in epiphyte orchid. Some other root of a plant does special function, that is epiphytic root. The roots of the plant vanda grows on the tree. Their roots are aerial, hanging and spongy. They absorb moisture from the atmosphere. The roots have sponge-like tissue known as velamen. Sucking root. In sucking root, roots of cuscuta absorb nutrient from the host, hence known as parasitic root. Respiratory root. The roots of plant growing in marshy places and salt lake come out of the ground and grow vertically upward. Such roots are called nematophores. They help to get oxygen for respiration. The root appear like conical spikes coming out of the water. Exposed root tips possess minute spores through which roots respire. Example, Rhizophora avicennia. Next one is nitrogen fixing root. In leguminous, the secondary roots of primary taproot bear small tubercles or swelling called root nodules, in which bacteria called Rhizobium leguminosarum fixes the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate, which can be absorbed by the roots.